What do you do when your fire department celebrates its 100th anniversary? You take over downtown Raleigh and throw a celebration. Welcome to a very special episode of FireWatch. Welcome back. Joining us now to provide his perspective on Raleigh Fire Department Centennial is Fire Chief John McGrath. Chief, thanks for joining us again on FireWatch.
Always a pleasure to be here, Ron.
Okay, so the fire department turns 100 years old. What exactly does that mean as the chief of the organization for the fire department to be 100?
First of all, just to be the chief of this fire department, filled with so many great men and women that serve this city, is a real privilege. And to be here during this opportune time of celebrating our 100th anniversary is really just a thrill. It is something to be celebrated. It's to celebrate the current fire personnel, but also to those that went before us, and to build on that legacy that we can continue to serve the citizens of this city. It was an opportunity to share with the citizens, to show off what we do for them in service to them, and to include them in our joy of celebrating our 100th birthday.
So with fire departments being a tradition-rich profession, how important is it to celebrate, a 100th anniversary? I know you talked about honoring those who came before. Why is that such an important thing for fire departments?
I think it's important that we learn from the past so that we don't make the same mistakes in the future. I think that we not only learn the mistakes, but we learn the good things that the fire department's done. The fire department has a history since the time of Ben Franklin of serving its citizens, and there are good lessons to pass forward and to never forget. And I think a 100th birthday celebration is an opportunity to reaffirm those good things that we do, and reaffirm our commitment to each other, and reaffirm our commitment to our citizens that we're sworn to protect.
Now, with the celebration that we had, how did all that idea come about? I mean, what was the genesis for basically taking over downtown, so to speak, and having just a huge celebration? How did that idea all come about?
That came from a core group of officers and firefighters who realized that we are coming up on our 100th anniversary, and they wanted to do something special, and they brought their enthusiasm that they bring on a daily basis to their work. They brought it to the committee that they formed. Ideas were brought up, they were rejected, included, but the one idea that they wanted is they wanted a celebration that was inclusive of the citizens, and they wanted it children friendly, and I think we succeeded overwhelmingly in doing that, including the public and especially the children, to get our message out and to have them bring the joy that we felt about celebrating our 100th.
Now let's talk about Saturday, about the anniversary celebration, that actual day. From your perspective, first of all, as fire chief, what are some of the things that you take away from that event?
First of all, I'm humbled by the fact that I am fire chief of this department and that I had the opportune time to be here when we celebrated our 100th anniversary. As fire chief, I was grateful that we could share with the community our joy. They support us on a daily basis. We could not do what we do without their support. And to have them being included with their children, and the overwhelming number of children that they brought, just made it for a joyous day. When I think of parties and celebrations, I think of children's birthday party, of the unbridled joy that children bring. And they brought their children in droves, and the children brought their joy, and it made for a great day for us and I believe the community.
Now, I also know that you had some family in town over the weekend. From your perspective as a grandfather, what are some of the things that you take away?
Well, as a grandfather, my daughter surprised me by bringing my 14-month-old grandson, and he rode with me and my wife in the parade, and just the fact of having my grandson there, my wife there, sharing the joy of being part of this fire department with my grandson, who will be able to look back on this and remember his grandfather and the day. It truly was special, especially on Father's Day weekend. It made it even more poignant.
And I think that's the takeaway from everybody that I've talked to, is that the event was a special day. It was a great day, not just for the fire department, but for the community at large. Well, we certainly appreciate everything you did to help make the event a reality. I know there was a lot of work that had to be done at the administrative level to make sure some of these things became a reality, and we certainly do appreciate it. And thank you for your time on FireWatch today.
Thank you, Ron. It's always a pleasure to be here with you.